Hello, this is Gerald Tuavas. The theory that I'm making videos for is based upon localizations of letters, how we recognize it, and how our attention automatically goes to these positions. These positions can be defined via certain rules, which are localizations in space, movements in time, and a wider range of influences of like vibrations or resonances that are more that are dealt with differently. So there are three kinds of options: how we perceive letters, and how we associate letters, and how we start from there. It's almost like when we have a sharp vision, we can localize it into a very short position in a very short time. We even do not need time for it. It's a directly a realization of what it is. We need a bit more time for it. It also is about directions, because depending on how it moves, you have different directions, and so you go towards these directions, a different kind of thinking. If there really is like a vibration within a full word even, okay, then we need to frame it what we really have here. What kind of influences do we have there? This is actually enough with a whole system that is balanced out with geometry, with numerology, all things that you can use actually to understand very well what these positions mean. And I thought, cricket might be an interesting word. And I quickly designed it, and I thought, it reminds me very much of the cricket. I mean, the animal. And even though we also have cricket as a game, which is something completely different. So let's compare it a little bit, and just let me explain what there is when I just design it very quickly. How you see the positions and how you see the focuses that are in each position, and when you combine them as a puzzle, as how our mind also automatically moves from one place to another. It follows these same rules as the way how I also can design them, like together as a puzzle. I can figure out the formula actually which is behind it, which is very quickly followed. As if you at a certain point you really say, okay, here it is. Oh no, I have to go that way. Oh no, I have to deal with this. Is the kind of description which you can find in each word, and which also seems to fit well with the words and the meanings themselves. Simply makes it also easier for our mind. We don't have to follow rules themselves. We just go to there automatically, just as we count things 1, 2, 3 until 10. There also is a kind of 1, 2, 3 rule in it as well, that you can, with like you have the sensitivity which goes automatically between yes and no. Here it is a balance between towards something. Yes, I have it. And I no longer have it, a balance of 3. Thanks to this balance, based upon geometrical associations, you have all the letters. And of course you can make the puzzle, and you can recognize what kind of puzzle you have done when you follow these patterns, automated patterns actually. And of course we do not associate them visually directly, but they correspond to a thing that you can visualize as well. And that's a bit more difficult because it's not originally or completely meant to be visualized immediately. Otherwise we would restrict ourselves a little bit too much. But they follow these rules, and the adaptation process is even much more important. That's why visualization, be careful with it, that you do not overuse a theory which you might not even grasp completely yet from the start. The positions are the positions, and the combining the positions is much more important than the design that can be derived through it, which is always secondary, and it still has a few variations of interpretations possible. And these rules are worked out in my book as well, like how does it come that it still has some variations. They still fall back onto the same rule. That means also that certain combinations of letters always are about the same kind of focuses. The combinations of focuses as a puzzle can still be associated, like there are three sorts of categories, into a context that is either focusing really upon a thing below us, or about what shall I do with it, what is it that I should follow here, or what's the full rule of behavior actually that I have here, and how do I behave towards it. So depending on where you use it, you could have a physical thing, a movement, or a formula of behavior. So when I focus upon the cricket as the object, I mean the physical object, even if it's an animal, it's a physical object as well. When I focus upon that, it will have that form. When I focus upon the movements that are of the same type possible there, which are also underneath it, even when I'm describing an object, it comes to something else. It can associate different things, but it has the same pattern. That's why the pattern of cricket, of the movements that are building up the form, are actually the same underground structure that is used to associate something else from it. So even if there's a sport at that point, so where are the positions of the changes that are there? The changes that are described in the letters are the same. The C and R, I can design it like this as this combination. There are some variations within this structure possible, but the R is this moving, ongoing pattern actually that you have, where you have repetition, where you can roll into, where you have a motoric organization actually, so the kind of ongoing motoric thing is focused upon. The C is about that focus which I'm trying to get together. The C is from the first category, is about I'm trying to focus, I'm sharpening my focus. I'm the edge of where I can sharpen my focus, because the range of where I'm focusing upon is at the edge of what I can still focus, sharpen of it. So I have to sharpen my vision from the unsharpened edges actually. So I'm going to sharpen it there. So that's why this triangle going forward, so that I have one focus. So this form actually, which is underneath it, is actually about focus. I'm trying to focus about things that have a couple of varieties, couple of different options, but I focus upon what works to go forward. And this forwardness is the R, is this vibration. So in all these options I have a vibration, and I can also express this motoric function or vibration or whatever it is in a being focused. I'm looking for a pattern so that I can express this pattern. It goes back into the C. So C is that kind of focus. So when I'm attaching actually towards that forwardness, I already almost have I have already again this focus towards where I have the attachment. I can have it with a C and K. It's not necessary to have it in two places, but at a certain point it also breaks. C and K is like I focus upon it, but I also break into it. The E, I have also a breaking point. The E is always about the position where I say, okay, let's go only to the selection where that thing happened, where that combination happens. And the only places, okay, I have here two places, but it's the ongoing is there, the ongoing movement is there. It hangs together, this movement, in two parts. The starting point C goes towards that movement, goes back to C and breaks it open. It breaks it open. And that's what I found funny actually when I designed the crick, which I have at one position, a starting point, but breaks it open as also when I have found my movement, when I found the correct movement where it hangs together. There I break it. There I break it actually at that point. The second part of the word is et. Now, when I look into the system of et, then I see what it has to deal with. But the basics is actually the crick here, and the crick is this thing that I described, which you can use for different purposes with different associations. Like I said already, I have the insect. You also have the spots. I leave it open how you can connect it to the spots, but it has also this thing which I described before, because it automatically will do that in these parts. When you use that word, that it will be in it, even it sounds abstract at this point. And the funny thing I thought when I designed this, I can almost recognize this insect vibrations that come forward, and the clapping of the birds, which actually produces once more this vibration. I think this would make it fit quite well with that insect. It, on the other hand, is more like, okay, it's the extension of it. What are we really focusing upon it? On its own is related with the second category, which is let's follow it up. With A, it's just like let's follow it up so that I can see the change. I can see the change, so that I can send that. That I can actually understand the change. Let's say the it goes from one position to another. It tries to find now in the future where I will see what is different. The T at the end says, okay, but what is my main focus? Where will I end it? I end it just in one place where I can see this is functional. It's a very functional togetherness. This is functional definition at a certain place. That's what's the T about. And when I add that, I have the E here. And okay, let's put it a bit lower. So crick plus et. K breaks it a bit open. I could say, okay, so what does it mean? That the vibrations goes away, or that I break it into a visualization of vibrations, as you can have it in the communications from the cricket. As you can see it here, as you can see it visualized a little bit here. I mean, you can understand how it can be sensed and associated from here. Or just leave it as it is, how you can see it. It doesn't matter, but is this breaking point and this continuation of vibration, so even perhaps both, but it ends in a position. I have my position here, even my position in expression, in the expression of this is meaningful. From here on, this is meaningful. This is the combination of ongoings that I want to have at a certain position. The cricket in its own has, we know that, you have a position where you go focus on it. There's this vibration of the wings, it's communicating from it. And it also says, here am I'm here, this is my thing. And here you can see what I want to say, what I have to say. What you can hear very loudly, of course. That's the cricket as an expression, understandable how it fits to the letters. In a way, there are different movements. So you go towards it to see what you have. You have this within that focus of C that wants to continue it for a whole time. Is a breaking point in this vibration, and this vibration breaks up into the parts that can even be expressed as like, okay, here I have some expressions on several levels, but it ends at the position, and that position is the conclusion. Here's my position, right, here I have it. And then you have that expression, which is the cricket. So I'm looking towards what I can continue. I have this motoric function, and I look where I can break this motoric function. For the cricket, it's used as a communication, but it's going towards its idea of here. I'm going towards that place, and this is the fixed place. This is the expression of my fixed place here. This is my selection where that works with the E. this is my selection, where I have this expression, where this workable, where it works. And that is a bit of a mystery then, if you would think, yeah, but where does the cricket comes in? Because these movements, I'm not going to go too deep in it, because if I do, I might force also a solution or a combination, which I will not do. The only thing I know, okay, also cricket starts from a certain position, which is not visible here, or it will go towards a certain position. There are some actions that you need to do, so and the actions will, yeah, there will also be that breaking point, so you have to where you can go forward, like in the sea, you can go forward and see that you have an ongoing running of the running, even yeah, of where you have to go towards a certain point and trying to reach it, like it in the end, you're trying to reach that point. Is it 100% immediately visible? I leave it up to you. It can easily be criticized if you say, okay, it's a bit superficial, it is a bit yeah, you don't have it automatically associated with these points. But, okay, once you start to investigate it further, it should actually be with the directions and so on, and the way how it describes it should actually describe the same order of things and the result of things, the result at a place, the looking for a way before I move with it, or before I move forward and have this, yeah, here I can go until I have my position where I want to go, is in there. That's something you can recognize immediately. If this cricket is then 100% the expression of this is a game, and these are the rules of the game. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to finalize that conclusion. But I hope you keep that openness as well. That the letters follow a certain order. Of what we need to do. When we focus more on positions and on objects, we have a certain form. If we follow the movements like you have done in what kind of movements are there, in which direction you have to go, it's a different option how you can follow the order of letters. Or do we have a formula of the order of what you need to do? It's all in there. The 3 levels of letters are in there. It's all in there depending on from which angle you can see the same thing. And that's the weird thing about the letter combinations. They can mean a couple of things, but the movements are involved, the positions involved, and the formula that is performed is actually, in an abstract way, always the same. And all the different meanings will fit. So yeah, so do I do that as well with crickets? Shall I look first for what is the position which is or which angle even, yeah, from the sea, or is the angle from into the 3-dimensional thing, even go towards, yeah, where I can go forward with the motoric function, which is then, yeah, let's run. When as soon as I can break open the position and then continue that run with the C again, I will be able to go towards the change in a changed position up to a certain point. Should also fit actually. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. More videos soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye.